Welcome to Post Game Podcast. I'm your host, June. I got my co-host, B. Foster, and we're doing our Central Division Showdown Episode 3. We're going to go around the room and let the people introduce themselves, and also they can shout out their media handles and their show times or whatever, because we have some interesting individuals here, some dope material that they put out. So we can start with JJ3. Introduce yourself to the people, and where can we find your shows?
Yeah, what's going on? JJ3 right here, representing Chicago Bulls, representing most things Chicago. You can find me on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Network, all your streaming platforms and services, YouTube, Spotify, et cetera, wherever you can find us, that's where we're going to be at. You can look me up on Yes I Am JJ3 on most social platforms as well.
Fire. Mr. Tate, talk to the people.
What's up, June? Hey, man. I'm Kevin Tate, a.k.a. Tate Boy Fresh. I'm down with the Fans First Sports Network, Steel Curtain Network. I do 1, 2, 3 different shows on Steel Curtain Network, Pittsburgh Steelers Network. That's Pump Your Brakes on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. That's the Homies on Friday nights at 8 o'clock and the Homies Overtime. I do audio only Cleveland That's Rather Cavalier podcast, big Cavalier fan. I do the Know It Alls podcast, audio only on Fans First Sports Network. That airs live on YouTube on Sundays at 6 p.m. on the Know It Alls YouTube channel. And y'all fellas subscribe to that. And my co-host right here. I'm not everybody else, but y'all for sure. Yeah. And on Monday nights, later on after the Monday Night Football game, we do a show called the No Cap Recap, where we go over each week of the NFL game. So this week is week 10, where we talk about all the games from Baltimore versus Cincinnati on Monday, all the way up to Monday Night Football tonight. So those are my podcasts. I can be found at on Instagram at Tate Boy Fresh. And yeah, man, I think that's about it, man. Appreciate you guys having me on the show, this Central Division Showdown show. Right now, we got an interesting matchup on TV considering the group. The Cavs and the Bulls are playing the game right now. I'm sure we'll reference it at some point during this podcast. So yeah, shout out to everybody.
Yep. Foster, what's up with you?
Not much. If you're watching the show, you probably know who I am. B. Foster, one half of Post Game Podcast, and we obviously cover the Pistons. And it's been a interesting beginning of the year. It's been pretty up and down, but we got some good news to talk about. Which we'll get on. We'll get into that today.
Yeah, for sure. I want to remind everybody to subscribe to Bleachers Speakers on YouTube and follow us on all podcast aggregators. That goes for all the shows too. You can follow us all on the podcast aggregators. Just the respective show at FFSN. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you hit the notification bell so whenever we all drop content, you'll get an alert and download those episodes. Okay, so we got Detroit representing, we got Cleveland representative, and we got Chicago representative, and we have no pay. And I make sure I got to clown him because he's not here, but we definitely have no pay. But what's on the horizon for your prospective teams this week? I know tonight Cleveland is playing Chicago. JJ3, are they playing in Chicago? Are you guys playing in Chicago or at Cleveland?
Home game. Chicago game. Right now, score tied up 16 apiece.
Okay. Now, what's the outlook for the rest of the next 2 or 3 games for the week?
Well, I mean, the Bulls actually have a pretty interesting schedule for the rest of this week. So once they finish this game tonight, I believe they fly to New York, play the Knicks. I despise the Knicks, by the way.
They put a whooping on us so bad, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. After they play the Knicks, they actually go to Cleveland again. So we'll be seeing the Cavs again in the next 4 days, 2 times. And then after that, the next game on the schedule for the Bulls, I want to say is it might be Toronto. Let me double check that.
Okay. Well, while you're checking that out, I got to ask you a question.
Houston, my bad.
Okay. I haven't paid attention to the Bulls this year. Who's your starting five?
Starting five, I mean, as long as nobody's injured, your starting five is going to be Zach LaVine, Nikola
Okay.
Vucevic. Is going to be Kobe White. It's going to be, almost said the PDF file, but it's going to be,
I know you.
it's gonna be Giddey, and then it's also going to be Ayo Dosunmu.
Okay. Okay. I've been following this.
Patrick Williams will slide in there depending on injury. So usually he's a sixth man, but he'll slide in depending on injury. I believe he might have slid in tonight as a starter tonight.
Okay. Tate, what's your outlook for this week as far as y'all schedule?
The Cavs Saturday had a comeback win against the Brooklyn Nets.
Mm-hmm.
It was down 16 in the fourth quarter, came back and squeaked that thing out to go 11-0. Right now, as JJ3 said, we're playing in Chicago. This week, we play Chicago, Philly. Joel Embiid's debut is tomorrow night, I believe, and he's not playing back-to-back, so we don't got to worry about him because we play on Wednesday. So I think that would have been the toughest one of the week, but we get away with that one for now. Then we play Charlotte and we play Chicago again on Friday.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
No, don't worry about it. Foster.
All representing.
Yo.
What's the outlook of what's the Pistons week looking like this week?
All right. I done sent you the graphic and now I can't find it myself. No, I got it.
I threw you an alley-oop because I knew you knew the information and you just messed that all up.
No. I got it.
Okay.
So we got our next game is tomorrow, and that'll be a back-to-back. We got Miami and Milwaukee coming up. And then actually not a pretty favorable record considering how everybody started this year. But, yeah, we got Miami, which is they always play us pretty tough. But we got the Milwaukee Bucks, who are struggling pretty bad right now. And then after that, we got the Toronto Raptors and the Washington Wizards. So, Toronto, I don't know. I don't know how well they've played thus far. I don't think they've been great. And then the Washington Wizards.
They're Washington.
Yeah, they're Washington. They trash.
Yeah. As far as the Bucks, I want to say Giannis is back, so they're a different team with him, of course. He missed quite a few games, so I think that's reflective of their record. And if you want to throw in the Doc Rivers aspect of things, depending upon how you feel, but hey,
it's Glenn ain't in June. That's what I thought y'all said.
Glenn, yeah.
Well, it's Rivers. I'm just going to say Rivers because I get confused. No, I don't know how he got that job, but hey, it is what it is.
How he got that job is he snaked his way into it. Stabbed his man's in the back. That's how he got it.
He was on some old boat, somebody off the island type thing, and he set everything up from behind the scenes.
I mean,
and now they signed him 4 years, $40 million. So they got rid of Budenholzer. If they try and want to get rid of him, they got to pay him.
So let me get this. Let me set the table for this. So you had the old coach, and they were doing pretty well. He gets fired abruptly and replaced with Doc Rivers. Did I say anything wrong?
No, not to my recollection.
Okay. So does anyone know why the former Bucks coach before Doc got there, before Glenn got there, do they know why he was fired?
Adrian Griffin?
Yes, Coach Griffin. I'm sorry.
I think he didn't. I don't think he saw eye to eye with Giannis or Dame or somebody. Yeah. And the NBA is that sport, unless you're the New York Jets, where the players can run a coach out of town. So I think it was more or less that. And I always refer back to it's not working in their favor, but when Cleveland Cavaliers fired David Blatt, they fired him He was the All-Star game coach. I mean, he was leading the conference.
Yeah.
He got canned because LeBron wasn't feeling his coaching style.
Well, that's LeBron.
That's LeBron.
LeBron was right, by the way, but yeah.
That's LeBron.
You think Giannis and Dame don't got the same kind of pull in Milwaukee that LeBron had with Cleveland?
Here's what's interesting about that. If you say Giannis, I get it, but if you say Dame, he's a newcomer, and to have that kind of pull being a newcomer is kind of crazy.
He's a newcomer, but he's a multi-time All-Star, and he making $250.
Yeah. Bill.
Right, you got to factor all that in.
Not wrong.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I see how it's working for them. Like that coaching switch is just, it baffles me how they go from what they were doing to what they are now, and Doc gets an extension even after that. It's just kind of crazy. I don't
know if he got an extension or he just, when they wanted to hire him, he negotiated that up front.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the initial contract. It wasn't just.
No, that's his initial contract.
No, I think that was the initial contract.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was working at ESPN. He was helping out Milwaukee as an advisor.
Mike Breen and them. Yeah. He was an advisor.
He was supposed to be on the prime time broadcast.
Right.
Yeah,
doing the finals.
Corrected. I stand corrected. Wow. I thought, well, if he gets fired, he'll be doing like Monty Williams, probably coaching high school.
Are y'all pleased with what JB Bickerstaff is doing better than Monty Williams?
Let me say this, Tate. It's early, right?
Right.
We got our fourth win the other day, and we didn't get our fourth win last year until January.
Ooh, okay, yeah, much better.
Hey, that's progress.
That's progress.
Straight up.
Hey, he's already done more this year at
much
this
point
already than he did till January. So and then like we noticed the vibe on the sideline, right, where there be some questionable calls and Monty just walk back and not say much, just hold his chin and look around. JB giving the refs the business.
He will.
He's oh my goodness. And it's like, yeah, talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But Monty get a call, and then he at the press conference. Well, I got to do better as a coach.
And actually, JB got better. He was with the Cavs for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He got better every year. The third year, he won 51 games. And his last year, he won 49 games. But they went further in the playoffs. But Donovan Mitchell wasn't feeling him.
Yeah.
Holla at
you. So when you say that, do you know any of the intricate reasons why Donovan didn't feel that coaching from JB?
I think Donovan, after playing for Quinn Snyder for so many years, he used to an offensive-minded coach.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cavs picking up Kenny Atkinson, that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, he's an offensive-minded coach. They lead the league in pace right now, I think actually points per game. And they still have remnants of JB's defense. So that makes them good on both aspects, both sides of the ball, if we're talking about football. But, yeah, and, you know, JB like a baby Tibbs. He don't run you in the ground quite as much as Tibbs, but he going to run you in the ground. He going to shorten that rotation to about 8 or 9. That's where Kenny Atkinson already said, I like to play 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Joker's rest. It was a game a few nights ago. Evan Mobley played 19 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. And if you're listening, you're going to hear some wonderful ads. If you're watching, we'll be back in like 6 seconds. You know, being a Pistons fan is kind of difficult these past couple of years. And there's some things that, you know, me and Foster talk about all the time as far as changes, but and things we think should be different upon our rosters. JJ3, do you have any, if you put on a GM hat, what would you do to make your team more to your liking and more to your, you know, to your suiting as far as being more competitive within the league? I don't know you guys' record, so I guess you can answer that first. But what would you do to change your roster right now?
Oh man, how much time we got to discuss this?
Oh, we got all night.
But I mean, as far as the record, to get that out the way real quick, the Bulls are 4-6.
Okay.
I actually predicted them to have a quick little 1-2 stretch the last time me and Foster talked. I said they lose to Memphis. They were down 20 in that game at the time I said that and came back and won. Ja didn't play, by the way.
Wow.
I predicted them to lose to Orlando at home. They came back, won that game. Paolo got hurt in that game, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I predicted them to win against Brooklyn. They lost that game by 8 points. So the Bulls, the last stretch, made me look like a complete liar and a buffoon. But it's 2024 in America. Liars and buffoons get promotions these days. So I'm not doing too bad.
Okay.
But to continue forward with your question, if I was the GM, the first order of business, and I touched on this with Foster the last time he and I spoke, is I'm trading Zach LaVine as quickly as humanly possible. As fast as I can push the button and find a team that says, yeah, we'll take him off your hands, he gone.
Okay.
Nikola Vucevic, he gone too. I'm trading everybody that's not tied down, zip them up, get them up out of my city, quick, fast, and in a hurry, as my pops would say. I want them all out of here.
Hey, JJ3. So I guess a better question would be, who are you not trading?
The only people that I'm not trading is Kobe White, probably Ayo Dosunmu. Anybody else not name those two can slide out.
Solidified your backcourt with those two.
That's pretty much it. Patrick Williams, I'm not feeling. Like, there's really nobody on the team that I'm enamored with.
What about that kid y'all just drafted this year?
Don't care about him.
Oh,
don't care about him. Now, he's not without talent. I know who you're talking about. I can't pull his name out because he got one of those, you know,
Matas Buzelis, right?
Buzelis or something like that. I didn't want to butcher the name because I knew I would.
I'm just trying to get us in the neighborhood. I probably butchered it.
Yeah, we close enough in the ballpark. I think we around the corner. It's Buzelis or Buzelis or something like that.
Yeah, we did a profile.
But he's not without talent. He does have some talent for sure. I don't want to sit here and act like he's just complete garbage and a waste of time. He's not. But at the same time, young kid, rookie, he's not on my radar at the moment. He can stay, he can go. I don't particularly care. The biggest issue with the Bulls is they refuse to pick a direction. They refuse to decide what they want to be as far as an organization is concerned and a product on the court. So every year, the Bulls are basically competing in that 7th, 8th, and 9th position, trying to slide into the play-in game, trying to get a couple extra games at home that they can serve to their fans so they can get some more tickets at the gate. If we extrapolate this season out from where they are right now, they're tied 7th in their record. Again, it's early through 10 games. They're 4-6. Extrapolate that out through the whole season, play all 82 of these bad boys. The Bulls will still be sitting there 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's who they are. That's a problem for me as a fan because you don't progress at that point. You haven't progressed past the play-in. They might win one play-in game, then they're out. They haven't advanced to the second or third round since Derrick Rose was in his prime as MVP Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
So what are you really doing? You're basically spinning your wheels as a team and as an organization. Get everybody out. Of course, if I'm the GM, I'm firing the coach. I'm firing the assistant GM. I'm cleaning shop. I'm getting everybody up out of here. I would throw as much money as humanly possible. Give me the whole checkbook, and I'm going up there and I'm getting homie that was in Golden State who's on ESPN right now. Saber.
Okay.
What's his name? Bob Myers?
Yeah.
I'm throwing him the whole bag. I'm telling him, here's a blank check. What you want? You got it. You want 20 million a year? You want 25 million a year? Save my Bulls. Here you go. Run. I won't get you away with anything you want to do.
Well, for all it's worth and intents and purposes, if it makes you feel better, we would die to be in the position of making a play-in.
Like, I feel you. I understand. It's been hard times for my Detroit cousins up there. I get you.
It's bad. It's bad. We already know the perfect record. We talked about it before we started before we started the show about the Cleveland Cavaliers roster and the personnel, how they're built. Just curious though, is there anything? I know you've seen nothing but good things this year. I mean, with the undefeated record, is there anything you would change personnel wise?
Well, it depends on if Evan Mobley keeps ascending. If Evan Mobley keeps ascending, you can theoretically trade Jared Allen and get something nice back. You know, like maybe New Orleans still wants to get off Brandon Ingram.
Oh, come on. Do you need to get any nicer?
I'm saying you asked me. I know New Orleans was in play for Jared Allen.
You're right.
And Cleveland was in play for a true 3. So
gotcha.
If you
that
got,
would be interesting for y'all, for real. I can't lie.
If you got Mobley who can play a big, protect the rim and rebound and push and hit the 3.
Yeah.
You got a spread 5. Excuse me, I'm sorry, a spread 5 right there.
Yeah.
With Mitch Garland on the court, with who I just say, Brandon Ingram.
That would be scary.
At the 4, you probably gonna roll with Dean Wade, so you got shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
With Allen, you lose some of the defensive toughness, but they're already averaging like 128, 129 a game. I think the scoring go up with that move.
Yeah.
And that's what the NBA is until the playoffs. The NBA is about offense.
Yes.
And in the playoffs, everybody play defense, but you still got to be able. Good offense got to beat good defense.
Get up and down and get buckets.
Right. So that's where I'm at. I could try and off George Niang. I think y'all laughed at me last week when I said about Larry Nance Jr.
I was gonna bring that up because he had a dunk so crazy against the Pistons. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he still got some juice.
Yeah.
So now, if you get Larry Nance Jr., then Dean Wade don't start at the 4. Larry Nance do. And then you still got a defensive core in the paint of Evan Mobley and Larry Nance with Brandon Ingram, Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland.
Yeah, I have
nothing. Coming off the bench now, LeVert coming off the bench now. It's a lot you could do. But I think the first move start with Jared Allen is eligible to be traded right before the trade deadline. Because he signed his contract, I believe, like August 6th or something like that. So February 6th, I think the deadline is like the 8th. He can be traded.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about Larry Nance ever again. He was getting buckets against the Pistons, and he had a dunk so nasty. I was like, whoa, we could use that. Foster, we do have a person that was that we've been talking about that's returning to the roster. What do you think about that? You can tell who that is when we talked about him earlier, and any changes you'd like to make.
Yeah, so Asar Thompson is a guy that we've kind of talked ad nauseum that we really wanted to get back so we can fully start to evaluate our roster and what we have. And he's been out since March with a blood clot issue, and he's gonna actually bring a lot to this team that we've been looking for. He's gonna bring us offensive and defensive rebounding. Obviously, in the last couple games that we lost, rebounding has been an issue for us. He's gonna bring us some versatility defensively. He's 6'5", but he's got a 7-foot wingspan. So this is a guy that can guard probably 1 through 4 position wise, and we're already 5th in blocks. But he's a guy that's gonna be able to help us protect the rim, and he's gonna make us a little bit more athletic. I think that we're the middle of pack as far as transition, partially due to the athleticism of Ron Holland. But now we got another guy that can, play defense and get out in the open floor and attack. So it's going to kind of feel like a early acquisition, in the year, because he's definitely going to give us a shot in the arm, and we get to utilize a little bit more of our youth and athleticism. So yeah, that's outside of that, as far as what we could do to improve ourselves. I would love to add another sure-handed point guard to kind of slow things down, because turnovers is another thing that continues to be an issue for us. And Ivy just had a pretty tough game. He's had a solid year. He's around 20 points per game, but he said Brandon Ingram, I would love to have another guy that can just go out and get a bucket. So if he was somebody that was available, that would be a godsend for us as well. Just to compliment Cade right now. Cade has been pretty consistent day in and day. Yeah, and playing on both sides of the ball too. JB Bickerstaff said that he was a guy that is that he sees as being a two-way star. And he had a crazy block yesterday late in the game. I can't remember who it was on. It might have been on Sengun. But yeah, he's showing some ability defensively that we really haven't seen thus far. So it's we need another guy that can go for 20 plus a night consistently, day in and day out.
Zach LaVine's available. He's available for real. They're shopping him.
We were trying to get him last year, and he opted to have surgery instead of getting traded. So
yeah, he didn't want to go to Detroit.
No, he didn't want to go. I don't blame him. Not last year,
especially not last year.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. But me and Tate talked about this, and I don't know if me and Foster are on the same page, but me and Tate talked about having a person, a true point guard, and having Cade play the three. He could still make those same plays at three as he's doing now. But it was very evident to me versus Atlanta when he got ripped twice in the second half, like got his cookies taken. And it's like, come on, man, you're a point guard, man. You can't let nobody just take the ball from you. Not twice in the same quarter. That doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Got to take care of the ball. I think the Pistons do need – it's like today's style of basketball, it's a lot of positionless. You put the best athletes, there's no more true point guards and no more true shooting guards, no more true centers. It is what it is. You put your best players in there and you just hope for the best. I think that's why you see a lot. It's not just the Pistons turning the ball over. It's a lot of teams that turn the ball over at a high clip. It's just the difference is between the Pistons and everyone else. They have consistent scoring. So we have problems scoring, and with turning the ball over, that adds to less opportunities and less points. So we start behind the 8 ball by not being able to score and turn the ball over. So it's just one of those things. As far as let's see, who else is in the division, Tate? I know it's Indiana. How are they doing this year?
I haven't paid too much attention to him. Quick side note: Donovan Mitchell is wilding right now.
You see that 360 layup?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Homie thought he was going to take a charge. Donovan 360 in the air around him and laid it in.
That boy is
22 points right now. He's spazzing.
Ooh, 22.
You muted, Tate.
I'm sorry. The Pacers 5-5. They in third place in the East. So the only two teams above 500 in the East are the Cavs and the Celtics.
Okay.
The Pacers
everybody bunched up right now, but they'll spread out pretty soon.
But I mean, 5-5, they're all in the same mix because the Pistons is 4-7. That's all right there.
Yeah.
And did you hear the story about Donovan Mitchell and the Pistons? He worked out for the Pistons and he didn't miss a shot during his workout. And we still we had the opportunity to draft him. He thought that he would be a Piston. He said, I didn't miss a shot during that workout.
Yeah, he seemed like he could have been a Piston.
Man.
I mean, just from y'all play style over the years. And that was what, 18? Who was the coach in 18?
Is that Van Gundy?
I'm not sure. It's been so many over
the
past.
I never cared for Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah.
I like Jeff, but I didn't care for Stan.
Jeff was Jeff, man. Jeff was that guy, man.
Right.
Yeah. Jeff had the personality.
Yeah.
Right. And he came from under Pat Riley.
He just
Stan worked for Pat Riley, but Pat Riley got rid of Stan and came down and won the chip himself.
Well, Jeff was just unfortunate.
Yeah,
Jeff was just unfortunate. He had to face the Bulls during their heyday. So you just wasn't beating the Bulls back then.
Right.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
I remember them Jordan nightmares. It's crazy. So I got a Cleveland Cavaliers representative. I got a Chicago Bulls representative, and I want to ask you two, Jordan or LeBron?
Come on now, you know the GOAT wore 23.
Hey, I have this argument every day, but I want to know what you guys
still wear 23.
Uh-oh.
He still imitates 23.
Nah, that was Kobe. That was Kobe.
No, I don't mean as far as play style. I mean as far as just rocking the number.
Oh, well, I'm sure, yeah. MJ was a lot of young guys coming up idle. So just because it was an idol don't mean you can't surpass your idol.
He ain't surpassed him yet, in my opinion. But here's the caveat that I will add in, and I say this all the time to whomever, whenever this subject comes up. Michael Jordan will always be my GOAT, and that'll never change regardless. Like, nothing changes that. LeBron had his chance where I would have given him that opportunity. He fumbled it. It is what it is.
When?
But you know when. Don't play.
Tell me when.
You know when he fumbled it.
Roll the cameras.
I really want to know when, because I want to see if you say the same thing. I mean, he didn't fumble it, but he made it more difficult on himself. To me, he made it more difficult on himself.
Against Dallas, he fumbled it.
Yeah, I give you that.
Like, that was it.
That's what I was doing.
And he didn't even have to. He didn't even have to be the best player in the series, because Dwayne Wade was already balling out of control. We getting a little bit off topic, but D Wade was already hooping. All LeBron had to do was chip in more than what he was doing. They'd have won that going away. They'd have won it in 5 games. They'd have been celebrating. Everything would have been great. And he could have had a moment and still been on that trajectory.
That was
lost it at that point to me.
2010.
That was 2011.
LeBron was 25, 26. Had Jordan even been to the playoffs by that time?
Uh-oh.
Of course. Come on now.
No. You better check it. he might have been to the playoffs, but he hadn't been in hadn't won no chip yet.
Unquestionably, you're right about not winning the chip. But that's not what you initially said. You said playoffs. Yes, he had been to the playoffs by that age.
He never won a playoff series without Scottie Pippen. Never.
That's facts too. I'm not one who disrespects Scottie Pippen.
LeBron went to the finals with Boobie Gibson and Anderson Varejao.
Shout out to Boobie Gibson hitting 6 threes in Game 6, and Anderson Varejao with his floppy hair, sideshow Bob grabbing rebounds. Cool. I don't care. Like that's irrelevant to me, because at the end of the day, and here's to bring it back to what I was going to say initially. I respect the fact that for an entire generation, LeBron will be the GOAT to an entire generation. He won't be my GOAT, but to an entire generation that comes behind me, he will be the GOAT. Nice block. He will be the GOAT for them. And it is what it is. Like, that can't be denied or refuted. Like, that's how sports is. Sports is cyclical. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid and I was having these conversations with my grandfather, Michael Jordan was not his GOAT. You feel me?
Right.
Like, and y'all parents, grandparents might have the same perspective. Like, MJ wasn't a GOAT growing up, at least not for my grandfather. It was Kareem. It was Wilt Chamberlain. Those were the guys that they looked at as the greatest. Michael wasn't it for them. Michael was it for us. For the generation that comes behind me, it will be LeBron. For the generation that comes behind them, it might be somebody else.
How old are you, JJ3?
40 and up.
40 and up. All right, I'm 52. So
respect.
I seen Jordan's whole career. I know Mike got cut from his high school basketball team. And I also know LeBron was the king when he was in high school. Not only did he live up to the expectation, he's exceeded them. And he's 22 years into this thing, still top 5 in the NBA. What was Washington Wizards, Jordan? I live in D.C. now, so I remember that too.
Wait.
Washington Wizards, Jordan was hooping. Don't even cap. He was hooping. You know,
not going to the playoffs. Hooping.
He was hooping. He was hooping, and now he had his knee all torn up, and then after that, his level of play started to decrease. That's a fact too. We said we dealing in facts on this podcast. That's a fact.
That's yeah, we're dealing with facts here.
It is what it
Wait,
is.
hold on. Before you rebuttal that, we're gonna take a quick 6-second break. Hold on a second. We're gonna get back to this. You know, I didn't mean to start something, but I kind of did. But we're going to continue this conversation. LeBron versus Jordan.
We kind of did, but it's all good.
Oh, man. It's good talk.
And we come from different perspectives. I mean, my man JJ3 is obviously Chicago born and bred. I'm from Ohio. I live in DC, but I'm from Ohio. So LeBron like our own. But I think some got to be said for 22 years of consistency.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cannot be overlooked at all.
He been to 10 finals.
That's facts.
He only won 4, and that Dallas one is what gets him, like we said, because he'd be 5-5. He beat
you said it, I didn't.
He beat the best team ever with the best record ever. Came back from down 3-1.
Shenanigans, but you're right.
Won that. Well, you said, but I'm right. Why? What'd you say?
He said shenanigans.
Shenanigans, but
shenanigans. The Bulls' best record was 72-10. Golden State was 73-9.
I didn't say otherwise.
But why is it shenanigans though?
I mean, it's shenanigans because Draymond was kicking brothers in the private area and getting themselves suspended.
Man, do we really think if Draymond didn't miss that one game, it made a difference?
I actually do.
What about the year before when Kyrie and Kevin Love was both hurt and they was up 2-1?
That definitely could have made a difference as well. If Kyrie and Kevin Love don't get injured, Cleveland definitely had a chance to win that. I won't take that away either.
Okay. Nah, I mean, and Jordan is my baby goat. He go too. He go too.
All right, Shannon, I got you.
But just I gotta say, the longevity, the 20 All-Star games out of 21 seasons, probably will be 21 out of 22 after this year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, look,
winning titles with 3 franchises.
LeBron is doing something we've never seen in sports, not just the NBA, in sports. Like, the only other comparison is
Brady.
What, Tom Brady?
Yeah, got to be.
Like, you played at the highest level you can possibly play at over the course of 2 decades. I mean, you play so long, your son can join you in the league. That's crazy.
Yeah.
His statistics are still right in line with what he's always done. The man just had back-to-back triple doubles. I mean, he pushing 40 literally. I mean, it's an exceptional career. You can argue he's got the greatest statistical career the game has ever seen. Like, you can definitely make that argument and make that case. Again, as far as being the GOAT, he can never be the GOAT to me. I don't believe he is better at basketball than Michael Jordan. From what I've seen of the two of them on the court, I believe Michael has a better skill set than LeBron has. But like you say, you're hooping at that level for 2 decades. You cannot downplay that. That's crazy.
In some aspects, you're right. Michael Jordan was a better scorer, but who's the all-time leading scorer? Michael Jordan don't have near the assists. LeBron's what, top 3 or 4 in assists in the game. Jordan in his best season averaged 8 assists 1 year when he played the point guard kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His shooting percentage is below 50 because he jacked up so many shots.
His shooting percentage is 50.
50 exactly?
50 exactly, or 49.5.
Okay,
but it's right at 50. I'm giving you an out. I'm giving you a caveat.
What's the caveat? Once you hit
49.5, 49.6, we rounding up over here, pimp. We good.
Oh. If he had took a few less of them misses, he was.
Oh, wow. So wow.
49.7. I mean,
that's 50%.
That's 50%.
That's 50.
We clean over here.
Okay. I mean, what's LeBron's shooting percentage? I don't know. I know
LeBron's shooting percentage is higher.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, it's probably like
rebounds is higher, his assists is higher,
like whatever.
His blocks is higher. Jordan got steals, and Jordan got the defense. But you could play defense different. Then Jordan could put his hand out and hand check you the whole game.
And was getting hand checked the whole game. What's the problem?
Yeah, he was getting hand checked. But I'm saying but not now we talking about all defensive teams. Probably a little easier to make the all defensive team back then.
Oh wow!
When you can hand check, you can't.
But
nowadays.
You're gauging it on a scale where everybody could. So it's like, is it easier when everybody
got the same tools they can use?
But it's easier to defend when you can hand check somebody. Everybody can do it, but it's easier to defend when you can hand check somebody.
But as far as judging versus the next hand checker, your skill has to.
Yeah. But the fact that you was allowed to do it makes defense easier.
What he's saying is LeBron couldn't hand check.
Right.
Jordan could. So of course he's going to make more defensive accolades because of him being able to hand check. That's what he's saying.
He was just better at it.
And he shared the court with Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, two other all defensive team players. That makes it easier too.
D-Wade was
LeBron hasn't shared the court with great all defensive players as well in his career.
Anthony Davis, D-Wade.
Like, nobody has stacked teams like LeBron James over the course of 20 years.
D-Wade ever won a defensive first team all defense?
He was probably
first team, no, but second team at least a couple times. About 2 or 3 times he was second team. Okay. Anthony Davis was what, second or third?
No, I give you AD. I give you AD. But Kevin Love and Kyrie show wasn't.
Okay, that's cool. Neither was Judd Bushler and Steve Kerr.
Bill Wennington.
I'm saying, right. Bill Cartwright wasn't all defensive.
Dwayne Wade got 3 NBA all defensive second teams.
Yeah, right around what I said.
05, 09. He got one the first year with Bron. And that never got no one after that. But yeah, I respect all Jordan's numbers. I mean, I'm old enough to
respect all LeBron's numbers for sure.
When Jordan hit the shot against North Carolina, you know what I mean? And
Jordan hit the shot against us. Who?
I mean, against
North Carolina against Georgetown. I know
okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I mean, I hate to say it, he a Hall of Famer, Akeem Olajuwon, and Sam Bowie. I mean, both them teams, respectively, Houston and Portland, made a mistake not drafting Jordan.
I mean, I think Houston happy with their decision.
Houston needed him.
But would they be happy if they had MJ?
Probably. Hindsight is.
Probably, but
right, they took the right person at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they got their championships though. It wasn't 7 of them or 6 of them, but hey,
nice shot, Kobe White.
But from a Pistons perspective, did we take the second break? Yeah, we took the second break. From a Pistons perspective, I'm around the same age as Tate, and so I saw that Jordan monster front and center.
Be stopped by your Pistons.
And and we feared Jordan. I was also in the building. I was in the Palace of Auburn Hills when LeBron hit 29 in the third quarter. And they basically took the reins from the Eastern Conference champion that series. And
that was 23-year-old LeBron playing with Boobie and Verjao and all them guys.
Yeah, it got ugly that night.
And when we hold them losses against LeBron, when he carrying teams to the finals, they shouldn't make it.
Yeah. So I've seen
Don't
both.
you lose? Don't those count when you lose?
Yeah, they count, but the team really not good enough to make it. Every time Jordan went to the finals, he had Pippen or Grant or Pippen and Dennis Rodman.
Okay, and the times he didn't go to the finals, he lost. It is what it is. When you lose, those losses count, regardless of when they occurred. I don't know, but we want to give extra credit because he happened to take a team to the finals and lose in the finals. No, you lost, bro. You didn't win it all.
How many dynasties did Jordan play in the finals?
He was the dynasty.
No.
No.
But I'm saying just really, really good teams. I mean, like LeBron been through the Spurs, Golden State.
Well, he defeated a Magic Johnson Los Angeles Laker team.
And Magic was walking around weighing 260 with a bad hamstring that fine.
Not in 91. He wasn't weighing 260.
That was 80. That was the 89 when he was doing that. When he had that bad hamstring versus
y'all won the finals in 89.
Yeah, that was because Magic was limping around.
He was.
But Magic just came back from injury though for that finals, I believe. Magic wasn't at his peak.
Magic was clean in that finals. Cut it out. It don't even matter. Don't even matter. To your initial point, what dynasties did Jordan beat? Jordan was the dynasty. That's what it was.
Beat a very good Portland team.
Bulls were the dynasty.
There wasn't no other dynasties.
You can only have one dynasty at a time. That's the point. When you a true dynasty, you are the ones. We the ones. Ain't nobody else over here. It's us. Everybody else get to watch the show. There's only one dynasty at a time. That was Michael Jordan and the Bulls. The rest of y'all was spectators at the time.
Well, the Pistons was almost, well, if you want to consider the Pistons the dynasty that the Bulls knocked off getting there. I mean, we was the champs.
Y'all was the champs. Y'all was the back-to-back champs, and y'all was torturing MJ for a time there for sure.
And we had our string of Eastern Conference championships before the Cavs said, "Hey, give me that." So
and y'all took it from Larry Bird and the Celtics.
Yeah, for sure. But Jordan was giving them the business too during the playoff runs, though.
I just heard losing though. You lost. You didn't got the first round.
You lost.
It was a team.
I don't deny that.
It was a loss, but I'm just talking about the effort by Jordan during those.
The effort was phenomenal. He was hooping in that series, but you know, I'm not one that's going to sit there and say and give extra credit points and and try to gas up the loss. Like, you lost. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, hey, June, you can go on, man. We didn't spend enough time on the LeBron.
We can talk about this for a minute. Like
this is good.
23, bro. That's all it is. That's all that really needs to matter.
You know what, Tate? I never had this discussion with a Cleveland Cavalier and a Chicago Bulls fan in the same room. Just never.
Right. Well, I get it.
So the opportunity was there. You know what I'm saying? So, not to let's what can we get an update on you guys' score?
I think it's like 69-68 last I saw.
It's a 1 point game. 66, 67.
It's 1 point game. It's been back and forth the whole time. It's been a pretty competitive game, actually. I'm
very close game. Who's the leading scorers?
Donovan Mitchell is just got 25 right now, bro. He going.
I got my volume all the way down, so I can't hear it, but it looked like Donovan Mitchell.
No, Donovan is going off.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if he keep this up, bro, he going at least 45, 48 points tonight. Like, he in his bag. Kobe White, the leading scorer for the Bulls, he got 16.
Okay.
And they ain't in halftime yet.
No, it's halftime right now.
Oh, that's why I come right. Okay.
Yeah. It's halftime.
So it's 69-68 at halftime?
67-66, Cleveland by 1 at halftime.
Jesus. Oh wow. Yeah. It's a lot of scoring.
Yeah. Lots of scoring on both sides right now.
I
Bulls
think
got
we
the
can
balanced offense. Cleveland has got got Donovan just smashing everybody.
You ever had novel pizza?
What's that?
What?
You ever had novel pizza?
No.
I'm talking to JJ. I'm watching the Chicago channel. They just show the commercial. It looked pretty good.
Oh, I haven't had that, bro.
Okay.
No. So we can go ahead and wrap this up. I know you guys got a second half to watch, and we've took enough of your time. I know Foster, and what the NFL is on tonight as well. I'm gonna let you guys get back to your regularly scheduled program. I want to thank you guys for being here. And if you have any last words, shouts out, anything you want to do, we'll start with JJ3. Go ahead. You can lead us out of here.
Well, again, It was a pleasure to slide in, talk sports with y'all, talk about the division, talk about the Bulls. Of course, y'all are the respective teams. Appreciate the show. Again, you can follow me on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. Once again, you can find me on socials, mainly at Yes I Am JJ3. I'm gonna check out the rest of this game tonight. Check out some football tonight. See what happens. See if I can make some money tonight too.
Tate.
Yeah, man. Pretty much the same thing as JJ3 had to say, man. I appreciate, y'all having me again this week. I guess I'm probably like the only Cleveland Cavs representative that's gonna show up most weeks. So but I appreciate it. I didn't say at the beginning, I gave my Instagram handle at Tate Boy Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Also on X. I don't do X a lot though. But I didn't get to say right now, man, it's good to be a Tate Boy Fresh sports fan, man. My Steelers is 7.
Steelers looking good.
My Cavs is 11-0.
Yeah, you should feel real happy right now.
In the country right now.
Who?
Ohio State.
Oh, you wanted them.
Of course. The Buckeyes. I'm from Ohio, man. I ain't out here like in Maryland and Virginia.
Let's end this show now.
Oh, but man, you must be Michigan. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. I ain't even want to. I like when Michigan good when we both play the last game of the season and it means something. So I ain't against y'all. I mean, y'all kind of been against yourself this year, but you lost about 18 people to the NFL, so I get it. You know,
head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, 5 starting offensive linemen. You leading running back, and both your leading wide receivers. Yes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
And the strength and conditioning coach.
And lastly,
And
lastly, to throw them in there, my Ohio State basketball Buckeyes went to 2-0. They moved into the top 20, and they play a top 25 team this Friday. They played tonight. They beat Youngstown State. That ain't no surprise. They play Texas A&M this Friday. So I'm looking forward to a good basketball season too. We got some good young talent out there. So
I think the Big Ten in basketball is going to be pretty good this year overall.
Yeah, it looked like it. Y'all smashed somebody last week.
We lost to Wake Forest yesterday by 2, but it was a good game.
Before that, Central Michigan.
It was somebody bad, but it was like 100-50 or something like that. So, something like that.
Yeah, no. So I just want to shout out all my teams, and you'll probably hear me referencing some of this stuff during the.
Let me take that down.
Connor Stallions.
So
maybe,
hey,
maybe you should hire him for the Bears. How about that?
Man,
Connor Stallions is available.
That's what I was thinking about. Why he didn't show up and he didn't tell nobody. On our shows, you get an HR violation and a fine if you like a no show. And that seems to be this is exactly what this Joker did.
Maybe we should include that.
Put the homie JJ3 out here, didn't tell him nothing. He didn't tell him you filling in for me. He said, just can you come on the show?
Pay, I just want to know why you're not here. That's what I want to know. Why you're not here. Foster. What about your channel there, sir?
Yeah, you got follow us on Bleachers to Speakers. We got the Tigers, the Pistons, and the Lions. Me and Coach just did a free agency, start the free agency type stuff for the Tigers today. But yeah, we're gonna be as we get closer to winter meetings, we're gonna continue to keep you up on all transactions.
For baseball, winter meeting.
The beginning of December. Sometime in the beginning of December.
Okay.
Couple weeks.
I was actually I would have been rooting for y'all if Cleveland didn't beat y'all. So whoever was gonna win that,
you had to go there.
Tate,
man.
Just do it all.
Last week you was my boy, man. This week you are totally messing this up. We were cool.
My bad, man. We still cool. I'm about to really confess. I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, so my team ain't even in it.
Okay.
And I'm from up by Toledo, so you know the Tigers. I remember the
Mud Hens play.
I used to go to Kansas Old Tiger Stadium because my stepdad lived in Detroit.
Okay.
And we went up there every weekend. So you know, I went to the Lions games in the Pontiac Silverdome when Billy Sims played.
Yeah.
And even saw Isaiah and Kelly Tripucka in them tight shorts at the Silverdome.
Okay.
You old, bro.
You're going off.
Winter shorts.
We're going off on a tangent here. Let's not dog off. We started off good. All right. Let's get out of here, fellas. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the people that paid attention and watched and listening. I wish you guys will be here next week. I don't know whose turn it is to host, but I definitely would be there, and Foster would be there too, unless he's occupied. But one of us will be there, if not both of us, because I like what this show is doing. I like the interaction, and I appreciate you both. JJ3, it was nice meeting you today, and I would love to see you more episodes. You have great insight. Tate, you always are welcome and bring a different aspect to it, which is dope. Your teams are winning, which right now, which I definitely hate, but I still like to hear your perspective, bro.
Hey man, the show was fun, man. I mean, I missed the first week, but it's really a fun show. I enjoy being part of it, and I'm working on recruiting a pacer guy too. We talked about that. I told Pay about it, and we'll see if we can't get him on for maybe next week.
We also had a chance to draft. The Pistons also had a chance to draft Halliburton too, and pass on him as well. So took Killian Hayes instead. Well, I've said enough.
Get your lick back. If a nugget owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back.